Hey guys, I wanted to touch base with everybody on this coronavirus. Everybody else put their 2 cents worth out there, and I thought maybe that I should too. First of all, don't panic. If it's going to get here, it's going to get here. All right. Now, if you're a prepper like me, what you want to do is you want to, prepare with stuff to prepare for an extended stay at home. Okay. I know it's hard to tell you exactly how I think about it because a lot of people find it unpopular. I don't think it's as bad as people are portraying. All the fear porn out there is saying, "Oh my God, the world's going to end tomorrow." Well, no, it's not. Yeah, we might get it, and yeah, it might be a big bad flu pandemic. And yes, there is a mortality rate with it. However, the mortality rate's not very high, and the mortality rate that they have right now is from countries with less optimum health care than the United States has. People who are basically dirt poor farmers, crowded cities, where they got 8 and 10 and 12 people to an apartment. The conditions are not ideal to keep it from spreading there. And then the health factor, they might not be as healthy. They might not have the nutrition and the health care and the medicines that we have here. Yeah, they have some. Don't get me wrong. I know they have medicines. But how many of those dirt poor people can afford them? Okay? So they get super sick. And, it's going to always hit. Now, this hits all across the spectrum, but it's going to hit your elderly and your very young harder than anybody else. So, it's wise to keep an eye on your elderly relatives. The single mother next door with 2 kids that are 2 and 4, As far as the van life community goes, because, I'm fixing to be a part of that, the van lifers really need to be aware of this and be very careful because, okay, let's say you're out doing the van life thing and you're camping out for 2 weeks out in the middle of nowhere and you get sick, okay? Nobody knows where you are. Or if they do, they leave you alone because as a van lifer, when you want to go out into the woods like that, you just kind of go and you stay and nobody messes with you and then you move. Because it's a very nomadic, transient community. So, for all the van lifers out there, keep an eye on your neighbors. Okay? Maybe have a circle of friends to call and have everybody call people and say, "Hey, how you feeling?" Or just a group text, something. And that way you can kind of keep it, you guys can kind of keep an eye on each other. All right. I live right now in central Oklahoma. It's pretty rural. There's no shortages here. There's no panic. There's none of that. You go down to the store and everything's just stocked on the shelves like normal. Okay. If it becomes a major pandemic, of course that will change. I don't feel like this virus is going to kill the world. Okay? It's not. Will people get sick? Yeah. But then they'll get over it. They'll have immunity to it, just like anything else. And it'll be one more thing in our DNA that we have had in the past. And you know what? Some people that don't get it might have already had it. Their ancestors may have already had it and passed on that DNA of not catching it to their descendants. So our bodies have been, and our ancestors' bodies have been exposed to all of this, almost all of this stuff, for a millennium, right? A man-made virus is different, but it still had to have the basis of something else. Okay, they didn't just magic it up. They took something and changed it. So there may be people out there with immunity to the coronavirus. Now, I'm not a doctor. I don't know this for a fact, so don't bash me for that. But the novel coronavirus came from somewhere. Okay? The original strain. And that's what I'm talking about, is our ancestors may have come into contact with that, and we now have partial or full immunity to it. Doesn't mean we do, but there's a chance that the people that don't get it do have that immunity. Mother Nature is a wonderful thing. I would suggest that you stock up on your medicines. okay? Because that's, the pharmacies are going to be what gets hit the hardest, pretty much. Because everybody, if they get sick, they're going to want Robitussin and NyQuil and aspirins and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Vicks Vapor Rub, whatever. So if you don't have that in your preps, it wouldn't be a bad idea to go get it now. All right? As far as your food stuff, you should already be prepping. You should already have at least 30 days worth of food. Okay? Unfortunately, all my stuff is packed and in a warehouse in El Paso. So all I have is like 2 weeks worth of food. But I'm going shopping this week, so I'll be able to get some more. But I wanted to let everybody know, don't panic. There's no need to panic. All right? Yes, they're going to be very soft-spoken about it. They don't want people to panic, blah, blah, blah. You know, it is what it is, right? You can only control yourself. You can only control your little corner of the world. So if you feel the need to prepare, do it. Okay? Make a list of things that you use the most of. Now, if, you know, this virus comes around, all services are not just going to stop. Okay? Keep your tank full. You should already keep it above a half tank anyway. It costs just as much to keep the tank full as it does to keep it on a quarter of a tank. Once you get it full, keeping it up there, it doesn't cost you any more gas than it would normally. But you have that backup in case you need to go to the hospital or in case you need to move to Great Aunt Gracie's 40 miles out of town, whatever. So keep your gas tank full. Have a couple of gas cans. Get it now while the getting's good. If it becomes a big panic, which I'm not sure that it will, and I don't think we should panic because I don't really expect it to be as bad as all the fear porn people say. Now, like I said, I could be wrong. You know, I've been wrong before, twice this week at least. But I don't like the fact that everybody's going, oh my God, you know, the sky is falling. Because then when the sky really does fall, people don't pay attention. You know, the boy who cried wolf, right? Just keep an eye on it. Keep a look at it. Watch it. If it starts getting close to you, let's say I live in central Oklahoma out in the country, right? If Norman, right, not too far away, suddenly gets a rash of cases, that's when I'm going to duck and cover. I'm not going to worry about it till then. I'm going to get a few things that I think we need. You know, some anti-diarrhea and some guaifenesin, you know, cough medicine stuff to keep it cleared out. Because from what I understand, and I could be wrong again, that this can turn into pneumonia real easy. Okay? Now, I've had a pneumonia shot, but it's a different type of pneumonia. So my pneumonia shot probably won't help. And I get pneumonia pretty easy. So I'll have things, you know, like the Vicks Vapor Rub and whatnot on hand in case somebody gets sick. I'm not going to run. As of right now, I don't see myself leaving the house here and bugging out to no remote location just to keep from getting a severe flu. Because I think that's really what it is. It's a severe flu. Now, I'm not an expert on it. Wouldn't be a bad idea for anybody that really wants to know about this stuff to research it. I probably do a little research on it myself. I can't even talk tonight. I don't know why I'm making a video. But I say a lot, don't I? I just see all these fear porn people out here going, oh my God, you know, this is happening, and they're quarantine the whole state, or whatever the case may be. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, get a grip. All right? You cannot make rational decisions with irrational emotion. Does that make sense? Fear, yes. A healthy respect for it, absolutely. You can fear it without panicking. Okay? You can take precautions without panicking. Go out and get some, if you've got kids, go out and get a couple of board games and some cards and some Uno or whatever. So that in case you do have to keep them home, you got something to keep them occupied inside. Okay? Because you don't want them running around their neighborhoods catching the other kids' stuff. You just have to make yourself a plan. And I have a whole video on that. Do you have a plan? Okay. And this is what we plan for. This is what preppers plan for. Okay. Is emergencies. Now, I don't think this is a full-blown emergency in the United States. Right now, it's an emergency in Asia. Okay. Lots of people are catching it. Don't know how many because the numbers are skewed. You don't know how many. It could be what they're saying, or it could be 40 times worse than what they're saying. We just don't know. So until you have more information, don't panic, because it's not going to do you any good. Stock up on your prescriptions. Like if you've got blood pressure medicine, go ahead and get your doctor on the phone. Say, hey, can you give me a 90-day prescription for emergencies? And, you know, he'll say yes or no. You know, what's the worst going to happen? He can say no, right? Or whatever the case, whatever type of medicine that is that you need. Some people are diabetics. Some people, you know, with this, that, and the other, high blood pressure, whatever. I have high blood pressure, so I just refilled my prescription. I got a 90-day supply on hand right now. So, in 90 days, you know, we'll have to go from there. I don't think it's going to get bad fast. Okay? If it does get bad, it's going to be 60 days down the road before we start really seeing an impact here in the United States. Because it takes time for this to spread. It doesn't spread immediately, boom, everybody's got it. Okay? You get your large cities. Okay? Washington has a case. I think there was a death already. I don't know for sure. But, you know, places like New York, Atlantic City, Houston, Los Angeles, San Francisco, all the big coastal cities, El Paso even, where you have people coming in from out of the country, okay? That's where you're going to get your clusters of sick people first. That's what first thing that's going to happen is that. When they start popping up all over, that's when you start worrying about it some more. But until then, don't worry about it too much. Just take a chill pill, man. Watch and see, wait and see. Prep if you feel like you need to. Get medicines if you feel like you need to. Okay? I'm going to do what I can, but I'm not going to go overboard on it. I'm a prepper, yeah, but I'm not like a doomsday. Going to have a big bunker with 10 years worth of dehydrated food. No. I prep for shorter term emergencies. Okay? Something that's 30 to 60 days. I would like to be able to have 6 months worth of food on hand, but then you got to worry about it going bad too, some of it. Not if you get number 10 cans, maybe not, but you have to worry about that stuff going bad. So, you know, rotate your stock. Don't buy what you're not going to eat. That's a big thing. You know, if you don't like beans, don't go buy 250 pounds worth of pinto beans. You won't eat them. If you like rice, go buy 250 pounds of rice, right? Buy stuff that you're going to eat. Rotate the stock that you already have. You know, eat what you buy what you eat. No matter what happens, let's say you stock up and it's all the stuff that you normally eat. Well, guess what? You don't have to buy very many groceries for a while. Okay? It'll be stuff you already have. I would suggest that everybody have at least 2 gallons of bleach, or at least some pool shock. Okay? So you can make some bleach. A couple of cans of Lysol, 2-3 cans of Lysol, maybe some antibacterial wipes. You know, your biggest, if you're at work, your biggest infection zone will be the phones and the bathrooms and the break room. Okay, so if you go to work, eat outside. Take your lunch, keep it with you, take it outside to eat it. Don't go to the break room. Okay, if you're going to use the bathroom, grab a paper towel and open the doorknobs with a paper towel. Don't touch it with your bare hands. Make sure you wash well. Of course, always wash your hands, but you can, most places, you can just grab a paper towel, open up the doors or turn on the faucets with a paper towel in your hand so you don't get cross-contamination. Wash your hands, turn it off with that paper towel, or grab a new one and throw them in the way out. If you have to open up the door with it and then hold the door with your foot and then throw it away, do it that way. Or carry it out with you and find a trash can outside. You know, phones. Take Lysol, mist the phone, and wipe it down. Do that 4 times a day. If anybody uses the phone other than you, do that. If you're the only one using it, then you're only going to get your own germs. So you can't infect yourself. So anyway, I just wanted to touch base with this just a little bit, because I see all the fear porn people out here doing stuff and saying stuff, and you know, they just wanting views on their YouTube videos. And you know, I'm subscribed to one of them, and he comes up with some stuff every once in a while, you know, that I listen to. But for the most part, he's all doom and gloom, and the world's going to end tomorrow. Okay, and he's a pretty popular guy, but I won't say who it is because I don't want to diss him, because he's not a bad guy, you know. But I don't like clickbait titles, and I don't like fear porn. If there's something to be afraid of, yeah, tell us. But don't do it just for views. Don't do it just, you know, to make yourself feel important. Do it because it's the right thing to do, and because there's really a problem. But anyway, I just want to touch base real quick. If you guys have any questions or, you know, rebuttals to anything I say, or any more information on stuff I wasn't sure of, anything like that, just put it down below. I check my comments all the time. I try to respond to some of them. I can't usually get to all of them, but at least I try to get you a little heart on there to know that, so that you know I read it. Okay? So anyway, you guys have a great evening, and y'all come back and see me.